CMPRadio.net, man. We are live from Brothers Jazz Cafe, but I think we're gonna change. We're gonna change the name. We changed it. Could you put the microphone in your face, please?
What I just said?
See, look. See what happens when you mess with things. Only now. There it is, right there.
I ain't touched that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the view on her so y'all can see her how she messed up, and it's still not in her face. It's crazy.
Didn't I tell? What I tell you about the mic?
What
I said I don't like it in my face. I don't do
How
that.
you don't like it in your face?
That's what I said though.
But it's a microphone.
But what I said was I don't like it in my face.
You don't like it in your face. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Nerds Family Kitchen is here today at 12. What time you open?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Well, we opened at 11.
Right.
But
And then he's like, bring the show here, bro. We can do it here.
yeah, we can do it here.
Then she don't show up till what time you get here? Whatever time she got here. I don't even feel like that.
I just got here, y'all. Yeah. I just got to the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
I ran in this joint like, you know.
Right, let's get it. Let's get started.
Yes.
So first, before we talk about city situations, we know that about the young lady that got killed last year in Sharon Hill, Fantability.
Yeah.
Those cops just pleaded guilty to a lesser charge.
The fact that they pled guilty says a lot, though.
To a lesser charge, though.
I know. I understand they pled guilty to a lesser charge. I get that, but you also have to understand that they pled guilty.
They were guilty.
But they wouldn't have been found guilty if they had to stand in a jury of their peers. They always get acquitted. So
you don't think for an 8-year-old child that had no gun, this is someone at that time. At that time of the shooting, there was nobody shooting at them. So there was no gun.
But that's not what they said in the beginning.
Right.
They said that there were shots fired up the street, which trickled down to where the football field was at, which caused them to then draw their gun on the car
and shoot.
It had absolutely nothing to do.
And shoot.
Yeah. So I mean, no
go by
matter
the
what,
facts.
the tinted car,
right?
Can't see the driver,
right?
Vision impaired. We just was on a foot pursuit. I mean, it's a lot of things that factored in as to why they would say that they're acquitted. I think their own self-conscious caused them to say, we got to do something. Because they got to sleep with that at night.
I think at the end of the day, this is the best deal, bro. You're talking about an 8-year-old child. You can't say this. You fear for your life. You can't say anything.
True.
Just because you heard gunshots and nobody heard gunshots come from that car. So you're just saying it's okay for you to just pull out your gun and just start shooting anywhere. I think.
But wasn't it true they said nobody heard gunshots at all?
Well, people heard gunshots, right?
They did.
People heard the gun. It was right around the corner, but they knew it wasn't there in that close proximity. Mm-hmm. Nobody was running or anything. People were just like, yo, all right, maybe people were running because I didn't hear any gunshots at Bonner.
Right.
And Jokers took off and they ended the whole gang.
Right.
That was crazy.
I just feel like I'm glad that they are going to get punished in some form.
Right.
Because the hurtful thing would have been if they walked away with no punishment at all. The only thing that they kind of sort of would lose is they lost their job. And they were only suspended for how long?
Listen, reckless endangerment is the charges they pled to. That's crazy.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you plead the reckless endangerment? Like, I'm gonna take that. What's that? That's a year locked up. This young lady is gone.
Hey, Leslie over there getting her tits done. What's she doing on here talking about hey yo?
I don't know. Is she?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel sorry for the family, right?
I do too.
And hopefully, from this reckless endangerment, they get, at least 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? And that's still not enough.
That's not enough time.
That doesn't bring her back.
I see them getting like maybe a 2.5 to 5, being realistic. And I see them only doing 1 year in jail, and the rest of it, they're going to work on the streets because they don't try to house police officers with...
They should. You're a criminal.
Criminals.
You're a criminal.
Yeah, after what you did.
That's a criminal act.
Yeah.
So you're a criminal. You shot somebody. Whether you have a badge on or not, that wasn't a police action. I feel like pulling out your gun and shooting at someone that doesn't have a gun or is an 8-year-old child is not a police action.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we're not looking at you as police anymore. And police have to have the balls to say that.
Well, see, they don't. What they say, I'm not going to cross that blue line. That's my brother in arms. I'm not going against him. Whatever he said happened, that's what happened.
Now, if I'm wrong, do you tell me?
Yeah.
Right. And
I'll tell you in private, though. I'm not going to put you on blast in the public. I'm going to tell you in private. We're going to work it out how we work it out. That's how family treat one another. The only people that will tell on you is a person that has something to gain from it.
Right.
Plain and simple as that.
I understand
so
that. Right.
even though as a police officer, your job is to
Protect the public. Right.
I also have to protect my brother that I work with that risks his life every single solitary day.
That's a public situation, though. You shot an 8-year-old child.
I'm gonna tell you in private exactly what you did wrong and how you could have done it better. I expect for you to hold yourself accountable.
How you did wrong and all that other stuff is cool in private, but in public, in the court of public opinion, you have to be charged with the charge.
Yeah, I'm not charging you though. I'm being honest. I'm not charging. I'm not sending you to jail. It's not gonna happen. I'm just being honest. This is how the world works. The world works. Protect your family first, and then you worry about the rest. Damn. So if they are calling each other family, I mean, you got to play the lesser of two evils.
You do.
If you calling me family, we are family. When we come in here, you put this uniform on, you are now my brother. I now look at you as if we have the same DNA. So with that being said, here it is. That's my brother. I can't convict my brother. It's a shame, and that's how they see it. That's why so many of them get away with it, and you standing right there. The ones they throw under the bus the most is the women. They called them emotionally unstable when that woman shot that boy on the side of the road and said she thought she grabbed her taser. The one that shot the one coming into the apartment, they called them emotionally unstable. They didn't say that they were in fear of their life. They said that their emotions was off balance as a woman. So the reality of it is,
I think that's a plus for women. You get to throw the emotion situation out. I was on my period, so you know.
Yeah, see, but that can't keep being the reason why you intentionally shot a young man in his car.
That's the reason why we always arguing. That's the reason why she always got an attitude.
We always
you bloated.
At this time, I don't feel like it.
Exactly.
So stop messing with me. That's all.
I can't mess with you
because I don't feel like it.
That's bullshit.
Try tomorrow.
Anyway, CMPRadio.net. We are live from Brothers Cafe, Nerds Family Kitchen, the takeover. At Brothers Cafe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
What's on the menu? What are you serving, man?
Today we have rotisserie chicken, flavored wings, fried chicken, fish, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, sweet potatoes, crab fry, salmon burger. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything that we always have. You know, we here. Come through. You gotta come sit in here and get your food. Who food? Kenny out here serving it up, y'all. He's serving it up.
Food, rotisserie chicken.
Ooh, look at
How'd she get a whole plate?
That's what I'm saying. Ooh.
Dang. Ooh. Look, Eric, there go everything falling off. Yeah.
You definitely gave me the wrong table.
Yeah, that's how that worked.
Oh. Y'all know nothing about this.
That's crazy. That look good, too.
Hey, Kenny. Yeah.
Come on, hairline.
He is not going to do that. Listen, go.
We live
at Hold up. So did you hear that? Remember the Casey, I forgot her last name, story where the mom lied about, she said her daughter was missing and she went to jail for lying to the officer. She got acquitted for murder, but she went to jail for lying to the officers and 3 counts of lying to the officers and something else. She just got acquitted after she did 3 years, and she comes on, she does a private interview and says, this was on the radio this morning. She basically says, in my words, this is how I feel. Fuck all y'all. I fought for my life. I told y'all I ain't killed my daughter. Y'all wasn't listening. Now I'm home, bitches, living. I'm telling you, bro, she went on there like, on the interview, she is basically saying, I told y'all from the rip I ain't killed my daughter. I don't care how nobody view me in the public, nothing. She lives in South Florida, living life. And they acquitted her. She's been home now for probably like 8-9 months. And they're really saying like, I don't know. Casey, that's her name, Casey Anthony.
Anthony.
She living in South Florida.
Why you telling her where she live at?
Cause they tell it on the radio too. They tell it on Power 99.
She in South Florida. She said she don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
She pretty much said it. And I'm telling you, she don't got no remorse in her face or her voice for her own daughter. Like, if it was my daughter that was missing all that time, bro, I've been bawling my eyes out. You heard me? And then when I'm not lying about none of my ex for that day. My child is missing. I have absolutely nothing to do with this.
So she was acquitted, but she still went to jail?
She went to jail for lying to a police officer. 3 counts of lying to police officers. And it was another charge that was held against her. But yeah, she went to jail. Yo, here I am back on live again eating though.
There you go. On live. Eat.
You want a piece of my chicken? Cause
Nah,
she
I don't want none. I don't want none of your chicken. I don't want none of your
Look
chicken.
how you looking at it. You know you want a
None of
piece.
your chicken.
Come get it.
No, I'm good. I get my
All right,
own
he gonna
chicken.
bring you your plate.
I get my own plate. But yeah, today and tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll be here and we'll be on the stage. You're on the stage right now. And we'll be doing karaoke. DJ Diz will be here.
DJ Diz will be here for karaoke.
Okay. And you'll just be cooking.
Yes, we'll be cooking. We got brunch. We got midday brunch tomorrow.
So you doing breakfast?
We're doing breakfast tomorrow.
What's on the menu for breakfast tomorrow?
Tomorrow we got.
Oh my God, you talking.
I'm sorry, y'all. This chicken is so good.
All right.
But we got waffles. We got eggs. We got potatoes. We got fish. We got chicken. We got I don't know what else we got. We got to ask
Everything.
Kenny because he on some of it.
Yeah, he on everything.
He over. Every 2 seconds, he asking me a question.
I just know the chicken is good. It's better than the Amish over at Cowtown, so you don't have to go there. It's Friday anyway. Cowtown is closed. Stop on over past Brothers Jazz Cafe and hit up Nerds Family Kitchen and get yourself some rotisserie chicken.
And this is what I have for you, right?
What you got? What you got?
We'll be open until 2 tonight.
2 o'clock? Hold on. 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
So you plan on sitting in here for...
If you come in here and show me your receipt from tonight's game, I'll take your $5 off.
You can't show you the receipt. They had to buy it online. So they got
You
to
gotta
show
show
you
me the thing that they brought
online.
the ticket.
And you'll take $5 off.
I'll take $5 off. The PIAA paid for it.
All supporters of Chester High. Chester High's playing tonight, man.
And all this rain and stuff that's about to come their way.
I just want everybody to know. I can't go live,
Yes, please.
right? Because
They
there's
don't
so
allow
many
it.
people hitting me up. They do not. They allow it as long as I'm paying for it. And if I'm not receiving any money for doing the games through the season,
for it.
I can't pay for it. And this is what ends up happening. So then we have to go on other people's live and listen to how they talk about us.
Ooh.
And if we had our own
And hearing them
live,
call us classless.
right? If we had our own live going, we wouldn't have to worry about any of that stuff because we would have never heard about it. And ain't no white people gonna call us and say they called y'all classless.
It was dumb for me.
Right.
It was definitely the race of people who said we were classless that called to say, "Hey, did you hear what he said?"
Yeah.
I could not believe he talked about you guys like that. And I'm thinking, you couldn't believe it? You wasn't thinking it?
So they weren't at the game. They were home.
No, they were home.
They were home.
They were going live from their actual school.
They were at their house, right?
Oh, they were at the house? I thought they were at the school.
Yeah, so I talked to Dave Berman and, got...
They tried to blame it on
They
Dave.
definitely did. And I said, Dave, they even said you said no. He said, I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
But nah, calling us classless because that's what teams typically do when they beat you. How's that classless? See you. Bye. See you later.
Absolutely, Leslie.
You sitting there eating. Trifling.
What? I'm sitting here eating. You want some food? They coming with your food. Don't act like that. But what else that happened? So our boys, the competitors that we have today, are the smallest person on our team is 5'9". 5'9". I think he came in at like 176.
Right. So what? We got heart.
Oh, we got heart and we got
heart.
speed.
We got heart.
I feel like run.
So everybody's healthy, hopefully. After playing 11 games so far, and we're 10-1.
Shay, can you tell Kenny to check the DoorDash?
Oh shit.
It's on. It came on at 11.
Right. There it goes, man. Everybody's ordering. Get down here today. She'll be here till 2 a.m. in the morning cooking.
Kenny be here till 2 a.m.
How many? What you mean?
I'm leaving at 12.
What you mean you leaving at
I
12?
gotta go to bed.
For what?
I'm sleepy.
God, bro.
I'm sleepy.
How you show up late and then you want to leave early?
I know, right?
Ain't no I know, right?
Well, that's all I ever do.
Come on now.
Don't act like you don't
Come on
know.
now. Stop that.
But listen, go. You want to talk about the city situation?
We're going to talk about Mr. Michael Dowry filing for bankruptcy and what that means for the city, right? I personally do not think it's a bad thing.
I don't
You feel
either.
me? And this is like personal people. When you file for bankruptcy, it's not you're saying fuck all my bills and kill me. You're saying, no, I need you to look at what I owe, understand what I owe, try to talk to my creditors, get some of that money down on what I owe, negotiate, and then we come back on the other side. But a plan has to be put in place, a proper plan to maintain the money that we have, to bring in new money that you don't have, and not to sell everything that you have, right? If you sell the water authority to Aqua, everybody's water would be cut off in 3 months.
It's 3 months.
Literally.
It's 2. Aqua don't play. You
Aqua
don't miss their
play
months.
at all.
But this is the thing. Did you see the letter or the post that the man wrote about the receiver and called him a lying sack of shit?
So a lot of people believe that the receiver is a little two-faced. You know what I mean? I don't know him to be that way. I've talked to him several times. He's been more than forthright with me. But the way it could be seen in City Hall is like he says one thing to them and says another thing to somebody else, and it's like, well, everybody does that.
So how about when people say one person said something to them, then somebody said something else? How about it's the people, the way they are asking the question? If you're not asking me the same question, I can't give you the same answer that I gave to someone else. Even if if your words have the same definition. But if you're not wording how that word, that's like, hey, bro, what color shirt you got on? Hey, bro, that's the black shirt you got on? Right. You're not going to say, like, you're not going to give me the same exact answer. You know what I'm saying? So, and if Shay come in and ask you a different question, you're going to give her, with the same meaning, but you're going to give her a different answer.
Right.
I'm not giving out the different answers. What I'm saying is I'm doing my job.
That's it.
To the best of my abilities with the resources that I have and the actual help that I have. You got to understand, they keep closing door after door after door. Every time he gets 2 steps into the room, he get pushed back 10, like, no, you can't come in here.
I feel like he felt like there was a level of disrespect given to him by not telling him about the $400,000.
That was a level of disrespect, because as soon as you made the mistake, it's not my money that I sent to someone else. It was a level of disrespect. The moment you made the mistake and you realized that you couldn't get this money back, you had 24 hours to make up your mind as to whether you were going to tell me. Not 2 months. 2 months, and then now we're 4 months later, it's hitting the paper because now everybody knows about it, because now you got the bank involved, you got the rest of the council board involved, you got everybody involved. It was a very disrespectful act, and I like the fact that now you can't write a check for nothing.
So let's take a journey back to when Chester was great. There were 100,000 people living in this city
at one point in time.
Sunship employed 35,697 people at one time. There are only 33,000 people in this city now.
Yep. And Sunship is also one.
I got some food with some. I can't touch none of that. That look good, bro. Huh? I got water. Kenny is really serving us, man. This is what's gonna happen today at Nerds Family Kitchen. Come on, sit down, bro, cause you working hard, bro. Oh,
he's sweating.
I just want to let all my baby moms know that I got a job, but I sent off my payment and I put the wrong digit at the end of the .com because I work for City Hall sometimes. So I sent them 1.1 million, but I sent it to the wrong place and the bank can't get it.
The bank can't get it back.
The bank can't
It's under
get it back.
suspicion. And they gonna find it for y'all, okay? Because I made some money and I sent it through child support, but I used the city's computer.
So the PA Skidoo made the mistake.
No, he made the mistake.
I didn't make the mistake.
PA Skidoo did.
Somebody, I don't know. The computer, when you go to type it in, it got autocorrect.
Okay, so if it fixed the .com that you were supposed to send it to.
Yeah.
But
the money will be there for y'all though.
It's gonna be there when?
Yeah, as soon as our taxes get paid.
So you ain't pay your taxes either?
You all right, Pierre? You all right?
So you ain't pay your taxes either?
I did pay my taxes.
When did you pay them?
I paid my taxes when I was supposed to pay my taxes, but I don't know if my taxes got paid because I'm from Chester.
Okay, so basically what you saying is we don't know if we're gonna get a refund at the end.
I'm just trying to tell my kids' moms that I paid my child support.
And you don't want no smoke.
Okay.
And I don't want no smoke.
All right, so, and it's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
All right.
All right, I love y'all. I'm going back to cooking.
We love you.
Kenny's been in here since 6 o'clock this morning. He called me at 7:30. I wasn't up. I responded to him at 9.
I was here too.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
I was here. I've been here since 7 a.m. Y'all always trying to play with my time. I've been here since 7. I stole 3 trash cans from off the corner up the street. I know what time I was here.
Yo! They was out. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Because I love y'all. I'm not gonna implicate anybody in any crimes.
About that payment. How did the scammer know the city had a building? How did
Right.
the insurance company?
Right.
It's a lot of questions that have not been answered about that specific $400,000 payment, so we know how much the payment is.
So
that we're
literally,
talking
the
about.
scammer could be inside the insurance company.
Or,
How would anyone just?
I mean, I'm just saying, if we friends, we friends. Just give me a little dollar or two.
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
I don't think that happened.
I don't know. I don't want to. Like I said again, I love Will as a person,
love
but
him
I
too,
would
right.
never make that type of mistake. And I wouldn't make that mistake with $10.
But-
you look over when you pay your bills. You look over 9 times before you push send. You look at the account number 9 times before you push send. 3 at the minimum.
Now, have you ever
go
cashed
back.
out the wrong person?
Never.
Never.
Never. Because I constantly go back and look
Well,
and
I
go
have.
back and look.
Well, I have.
See, that's cash apping the wrong person though, because you gotta think the names are in order. So if I push Crystal Davis
Right. I'm
and
talking about a
it's
complete
another
stranger.
Crystal right underneath,
Right.
I pushed the wrong one. I'm not paying attention because
matter of
only
fact-
the first name.
I sent money to you.
And then text
sent
me
it
and
to the
said,
wrong person.
Kenny text me, cash at me one night and said. Nah, I didn't mean you send you that. Can you send?
Send it
But
back.
my cash app don't ding,
Right.
so I didn't even know he sent. I'm like, what you talking about? It's like I was trying to send some money to my daughter. Can you send it back to me? I'm like, oh, all right, hold on. I look on there. This bro sent me like $100.
Right.
So I'm like,
Just sending back.
all right, well, let me send it back because
95.
it's with my niece. Yeah.
95.
But the whole time, Cash App is different. When you put an account number in there, you have to cross-reference. I have to keep looking back at the original account number where it's written at. I have to come back now and look to see to make sure the numbers all match up. Then I gotta look again. And again, this is why we need a verifier, because what does Delaware County do? Call verified, and somebody comes up behind you to make sure you're putting in the right numbers, make sure the right amount of money is there.
I'm sorry. Never heard that before. Right. All right. Go ahead.
What?
What?
You just gonna turn me up. I can hear myself.
Yeah.
But you got all this time. You got all this time to look and make sure you did the right thing. I gotta go get the insurance paperwork. I gotta go get this to make sure this is the right company. I'm not just gonna send $400,000 because you told me it's due today. If Pico made a mistake and called me, Pico had an error in their system a couple weeks ago, and they were sending everybody shut-off notices. Like the whole Delaware County damn near got shut-off notices. And if you looked at your app, it said you were due to be cut off in like 4 days or something like that. And you called them, they said, oh, there's a glitch in our system. We working on fixing it now, right?
Absolutely.
And when you, cause you scared. Wait, I thought I had 5 more days. You're telling me you're gonna cut me off in 4 days. No, ma'am, you're good. You're up to date, blah, blah, blah. But you called to verify, to make sure, well, wait a minute. Why did I get this online and then I got this in the mail? Right. I'm not just gonna call Pico, send me a letter in the mail or sent me something online. It was their online system that was messed up. Okay.
Oh shit.
What's up? I'm back.
What's up, Kenny? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. What's up with you?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I ain't complaining.
Hey, you think that now that the adjuster works for the city,
The
and
receiver.
so now that the apprentice works for the city,
The receiver.
now that the boy, the accountant from the movies work for the city, right? And he counting everybody money, and I'm a taxpayer. So being a taxpayer, doesn't that mean I pay for his job?
So the state pays for his job. So yeah.
My taxes make it to the state, don't they?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, then. So I pay for his job.
You pay for
Do you think he
everyone's
can come
job.
help me with my accounting?
No, he's not your personal.
He can
account.
come check my books, make sure my books is right.
No, we have brothers in the city that have companies.
No, I don't want brothers in the city. I need boys like him. I need boys like him because I need my books to get right. Because like that whole PUA, PPP thing, I blew all that shit. I don't know about everybody else.
But it was on business though. It was definitely on business that you blew it.
But that ain't the point though.
It is the point.
I bought a bunch of canvases and stuff, but I feel like if he was there,
Right.
he could have adjusted the way that I paid for paint supplies and canvases and everything.
Right.
And because he's an adjuster.
Okay.
The adjuster.
He done called the receiver every name but his name.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm not calling no grown man a receiver. I was in jail.
Well,
yeah, it's just
I got it. I caught it.
yeah.
I did. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, they're doing just
The man
he's not on a football
overseeing-
team.
The man overseeing the money.
Yeah, the guy that's looking for the bread.
So one of our retirees called the receiver a liar. He said, you lied to us. You said you was going to discuss it with us before you did it. What about the firefighters, their families, the police officers, their families, the city workers, the retirees, their families, their health insurance, everything? He called him a lying son of a bitch.
Yeah, I seen that on the thing. Wait a minute, but hold on, real quick, right? I'm staying on that topic. When Scooby Doo had a squad, right? Do you remember everybody's name on there? Is it just me or was the receiver one of the niggas from the Scooby-Doo squad? Because this nigga can find out a problem everywhere. Hey, yo, this shit missing, that shit missing. He deserved to be with Scooby-Doo, Magnum P.I., I don't know.
Nah.
Like Miami Vice.
Because that means he's actually reading the paperwork how he's supposed to read it. He's cross-referencing again because this it's like one of those little you know how they give you the matching games in elementary school. You gotta match this item over here with this one over here.
Match the star with the star, the zero
and then
with
put
the zero.
this with this, and that's what he's doing. He got a graph in front of him. He say, okay, well, we're gonna start with this right here. This right here said we should have $280
I think it's a little bit more complicated for him, though.
And then we're gonna go over here. The 280 went down to 28 million because they done spent 260 million. So we're gonna go down here. We're gonna take this pen and we're gonna ping it down here, and it's gonna be like all these little lines going across.
That's
the
not
screen.
how that works when you're dealing with Chester shit.
It's not, because that's why it looked like a bunch of jumbo. The yarn when
They was like,
roll
so yeah,
out,
they was like the
and
star,
your mom don't roll it back up,
and
so
then the
she
cat
just
messed
pulled
with it and took it around the
and
house.
She just put it back up like this.
They like, cause you
and
know,
it's in the bag with all
we
these
gotta
different
check over
colors.
here, and then it connect to the joint in Louisiana, but we don't know who Joseph Smith is. But
I do feel bad for the people with pensions. I do feel bad for the retirees. I feel bad for their health insurance. And
prior
all
to them
these
being
things.
retirees, though, what happened? Didn't they see? I mean, I don't know. I just be listening to just a different little political talks every now and then. When they were getting paid a shitload of money, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they notice that this shit was about to be like they had pre-warning that this wasn't
They didn't
going to be okay? Then so
They
you
didn't care. That's how I feel.
That's
All
like-
them
that's
people
like you-
getting 100% pension didn't care about the people who's going to have to receive pension 20 years
Yep.
later.
That's like global warming. Y'all don't
didn't
give a
care.
shit.
All
It's
they
like
were
people that
worried
don't
about.
recycle.
That's why people. That's like people that don't recycle. All they were worrying about was them getting paid, and that's it. All they was worrying about was their personal pension. Yes, it was written for years to come, but eventually it was going to run out. How you think you getting 100% of what you made in a year, and I stacked you with overtime? They was having $78,000 in overtime
Well, that's the way it
on
went.
top of their salary.
The receiver talked about that. That's the way it went prior to the signing the new MOU. Now it doesn't work that way. 17, you have to work 25 years. You have to work 25
years, okay.
and it's not as much as it was before. And
So what's the percentage that they get now for a retiree?
I don't know. I don't remember what the percentage is. But you can go and watch the live with the receiver to get all the information about how the pension plan will be breaking down or has been breaking down for the last 5 years. Listen, it's like we work at a job and we understand, if we say we're gonna retire, we could work here for 20 years. Mm-hmm. That last year we just work all the overtime possible. And they make it possible. The place makes it possible for you to do that.
The place that's in the Chester Police Department.
We're going to remove it from the Chester Police Department. We're going to say we working at Kimberly Clark. We worked there for 19 years. We know on the 20th they're going to give us all the overtime we want.
Right. We don't know they're going to give us all the overtime we want.
Obviously, they were giving it to a lot of people because a lot of people got this
Well,
pension.
we short staff.
But
We've always been short staff. They keep it that way so that people can have overtime throughout the year, period.
Nah, when we were younger, they had more than enough police officers on the street of Chester. Otis, Gloves, Marlowe, how many? It's not as many cops now
Where the fuck is
as it
Otis?
was then. Ain't nobody worried about where Otis is. But it's not as many cops now as there was then. Come on, now. You know we had a
It's
racket.
not. It's not as many cops
Right.
now as it is then. It's not as many cops then as it was a couple
Absolutely,
years before
and
that, right?
that's what robbing the pension. Not robbing. I'm sorry, it's not robbing the pension, but that's what getting over on the pension does. It shortens the future staff, and you can't protect the city. So in all actuality, you're not really a cop if you're doing.
So
it.
we got 8 police officers per shift. We got 2 shifts. We got 16 police officers, but we got 325 on record.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it might be 125. I might exaggerate a little bit, but we got this amount of officers on record stating that Chester Police Station has this many officers.
Absolutely.
And here we are we know for a fact because we're here, right? So we know that it's 4 on the west side and 4 on the east side. And sometimes it's only 7, so they got to team up and go to the same spot at the same time.
You can ride straight down 9th Street, run every light if you want.
Right, every light.
won't
Ain't a
run
cop
into
in
a
sight.
cop.
Nowhere near. Don't pull me over today, y'all.
And that's bad. That's absolutely bad.
Don't
And
pull me over.
I'm not blaming anybody for the predicament that we're in right now, but we're in it, and we got to find a solution.
No,
and we
you
gotta
gotta
fix
blame.
it.
You
No.
gotta blame the constituents because why are we not paying attention to things like this? Why do we wait for it to get so bad to take notice that it's bad? It been bad. Why weren't we holding them accountable from the beginning? Number one, our ancestors fought the vote, right? So that means that you had to look into the person that you voted for. They had to see who was going to help the community the most, and this, that, and the third. They didn't care who was popular. They didn't care who was their church president, who was the treasurer over here. They don't care if it was the best friend.
I think that's how it went back then.
No,
right?
back then your grandmom said, "Listen here, that man over there,
Right.
he gonna give us X, Y, and Z in our community,
Right.
so we gonna vote for him." She ain't say that's pastor over there. We gonna vote for Pastor so and so. The people who were running had to actually come and campaign in your neighborhood for weeks and months at a time. They didn't just show up the week of campaigning.
That's not
they came,
how it
Yes, they came
went
to
down.
church and everything.
All right, let's go back to 1976.
Oh wait, maybe they want to be on the show.
All right.
Go
Jack
ahead.
Jack McCrelly was the mayor. Who's that?
It's
Always calling people.
no, it's Zevin and John.
All right.
Would you like to sit down?
See, everybody don't want to be up there.
They're so rude. Y'all should have seen how they said their head. They shook their head. No.
I don't want no smoke with y'all. But
That
let's
was
go back to
so
1976. Jack McCrelly is the mayor. He was down with the mob. How much
Right.
campaigning do you really think he had to do being
They
down with
didn't
the
have
mob?
to do that much campaigning because at the time, who was living here?
Everybody, whites and blacks.
Majority.
Majority whites.
So who was running against him?
I don't know who was running
Nobody.
against him.
Nobody ran against him. Who he worked
I'm not
for?
going to say nobody ran against him.
Nobody ran against him.
I mean, it was the Republicans at the time.
The current mayor was leaving.
No, he was still the mayor. He was running for a second term.
He wasn't running. He didn't put up no real fight.
Who wasn't running?
The current mayor at the time. before
He
McCrelly.
was the current. Jack McCrelly was the current. In 1976, he was the
So
current
who was the
mayor.
mayor before McCrelly?
I don't remember.
All right, so we're gonna say that McCrelly came and said, "Listen, this is how this gonna go."
Right. Or they just
You
left.
It's like taking over the block.
Or he just became a
Listen,
judge
homeboy,
or something like
You either
that.
gonna get on or you gonna get off.
So the mayor after McCrelly was Mr. Battle, and he became a judge out media.
So and he became the mayor because McCrelly did what?
Went to jail.
Okay, so the only reason why he became mayor, because if he did not go to jail, if they did not find fault, it's something that he did outside of the city council over here, the administration over here. If they did not do that, then what? We would have been where? He would have still been mayor, all the way up until when? Until what?
It was over.
He would have just stayed here.
Right.
So, and we would have still been a corrupt city 10 times.
I mean, we were probably already a corrupt city. You can't say anything. So people watch the past and do like they did, right? And that's why I say I can't blame anybody right now currently because they just doing what they saw somebody else do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we get to the root and understand why it happened, then we can come up with the solutions to fix the city. Like what?
See, but you gotta understand, right? When McCrelly was mayor, he was still taking care of the citizens. He
But-
had a bigger business.
But McCrelly still ran the city. He absolutely did.
And because he made sure that the city got what it needed, that the bills was paid, and that the constituents, because he ain't want them telling on them, got what they asked for. You don't want somebody hanging in your neighborhood. Oh, we're gonna go clear them out right now. You shouldn't be hanging in front of Miss Roof House. Move it down, move it down. And this is not. And they had specific areas where the riffraff was. He made sure his city was ran like he wanted his house to run. That's it. You can't say the
Seriously?
problem with this administration is they don't take care of their community. That's the problem with this administration. They're not making sure. I just rode down Third Street this morning. Just this morning, down Thurlow Street. It's still dark down there, and they just put new lights up there. So what happened to the lights? And nobody goes to check. You don't take care of your community. Them people been arguing down there that it's unsafe for us to get out of our cars. It's unsafe for us to do this. It's unsafe for us to do. You don't take care of your community. I'm gonna use my father as an example. My father took care of the Bennett homes. You know how I know? The Bennett homes took care of him.
Right.
When the cops came to chase Cal, when Big Reds and them chased him through the Bennett homes, Miss Robbie, Miss Marie, Miss Gladys, all of them, they come on in here. They protected him because he protected them.
Right.
And despite of what his real intentions was, what he was really doing in that project, he still made sure everybody around there had Christmas.
Right.
Everybody around there could pay their rent. everybody around there, their kids was straight. Shoes, sneakers, clothes, toys, all kinds of stuff. The JCPenney Sears trucks used to pull up there, give everybody out here something. It wasn't, he didn't only make sure his family was good. He made sure the whole entire neighborhood was good because the whole entire neighborhood, he needed the whole entire neighborhood to make sure he was good.
Right.
This is what the administration needs. You need to make sure your city is good. You need to make sure your neighborhoods are good. You need to make sure the older people can come outside and actually sit on their steps with a curfew implemented and enjoy their outside time. It's nowhere in the world they gotta be like 227 hanging out the window all day and then they gotta duck every now and again. No.
So if we're saying get the constituents involved, so who are the next people that could take over the city? If we're looking past the current administration.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah, because
DeWanda Mosley.
Okay. And
I want her as
the
in
position
Will's
at
spot.
Will's spot.
Go.
Does she want to run?
Let me call Mosley right now and be like, can you go over there and look at that paperwork and tell me where that 400 bands went? I bet she find it. I bet she find it in less than 24 hours. That's no bullshit. I bet if she sat down at that desk, number one, she'd be like, this giving me a headache, right? From the rip. I bet she tell you where the 400,000 went and where the 700,000 is in less than 24 hours. She definitely needs to be the finance.
Does she want to run?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You didn't ask
Adora
her?
Purnell for Parks and Recreations. Kyle Davis, I'd take him for Parks and Recreations too. Or I'd take him in Liz Williams' spot. Charles Thompson. Like, these are all people who genuinely care for the city, the children, the youth that's coming up that is eventually going to be in their spot.
Right.
And I don't know. I forgot who my other person was. I'm going to remember, though. But I'd definitely take all of them. I'm dead serious.
But do they want to run is the question.
I don't know if they want to run. Has anybody ever said it to them? I don't know.
I'm sure someone.
I say EU. I take EU
right.
too.
I'm
because
sure
we need somebody who needs to run a city like a business.
I'm sure people have heard about it and people have come to them and talked about it. But how do we make sure that they really want to run? You have to really want to run at this point, and you're running into a system where you have to acknowledge that you really don't have any power over the finances. That doesn't mean you don't have any power over the community.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem with this current administration. Even though they don't have any power over the finances, they're getting mad and ticky-tacky and playing games instead of coming out into the community. And they're trying, right? They did the food truck situation, which was awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
who did the food truck?
I don't know who did.
That wasn't their idea. They stole that idea. They do everything else.
I don't have any.
They stole it. Don't get me wrong, Amanda. You reached out and you got a couple people, but that was something that was already in place.
Right.
So the food truck idea, because I was asked about the food truck idea way before Ron Starr said something to me.
It says Chef Lamont is running for mayor.
I gotta go back to work.
What were you saying?
Because I almost said something.
I know. I get it.
Let me adjust my glasses. The food truck idea, I was asked about the food truck idea way before Ron Starr said something to me. Months. It was still cold outside.
Right.
And it was by the businesses that was already over there. Hey, listen, we're trying to put a little food situation together. And I always say you got to be mindful of who you say what to who. For what you say to who. Right. Because you may think and it's your idea, you great run full throttle with it when they got the finances to put it together way faster than you.
Way faster than you do.
And I would never ever tell them over there anything else I have planned or anything I have going on because they definitely, we'll help. And then the next year you look, the next season starts and it's theirs. Oh yeah, because we've been putting this together for X amount of time and da-da-da-da. Yeah. Yeah. So the food truck idea was already in place by the businesses that was over there.
Right.
You just took it and made it seem like, and you actually made people pay to show up when everybody that has the peddler's vendor license can show up anyway. Right. You can't stop me from being on a public street. I don't have to pay you to be here.
Right.
So what am I paying you for? What am I paying you for? You didn't, we paid to block the street off? Is that what we paid for? Because I could have asked for a permit for my block, and you would have granted it to me for whatever reason, and I would have went on with my business.
Wow.
I'm just saying, they have a tendency of taking your idea and making it theirs. That's all they do. But, whatever it is you got going on, share it with your community and help your community. That's it. That's where they falling short at. They getting out here getting smart with the community. They getting out here, they saying X, Y, and Z about the community, and that's what they do.
I just want the community to come together. Like, what will it take for us to really have unity in this city? Like, what else do we have to battle against? Because we have tons of entrepreneurs working right now. This is an entrepreneur working together situation. You know, you have Nerds, Kenny has his art situation, and CMP Radio. Like, we're working together along with Devin, along with H. You feel me? Like, everybody's working together just
I just had to think about who H was. Never mind, I'm a little slow.
to see things continue to move. You feel me? Like, nobody's sitting there saying, I need all the credit, I need all the money, I need. No. Everybody's sitting there saying, yo, this is Nerds Family Kitchen coming to Brothers Cafe along with everyone else that's helping you in the kitchen. Like, what does it take for us to have, like, complete unity?
I don't know. Because we got, hold up, we ain't going to leave out. We got Macy Lago in the back.
Let's go.
We got, what's the Crash Boys.
Crash Boys.
Just went through.
Right.
Black-owned businesses is what's happening, and we need to teach our children that they don't have to hold on to the animosity. I think this is where it starts. You have to tell your children they don't have to hold on to the animosity of their elders.
Uncles and cousins and right.
Yes, so just because they had anger and issues with this part of the city and that part of the city and this person in the city and that person in the city, that does not mean you have to have that same issue.
Right.
That's not it. Oh, we had Grayson Teller here last night. I mean, if we're gonna talk about black-owned businesses, we got to talk all the way about it.
Right.
Doc Henny stopped past yesterday.
Right. Who made your shirt?
Alyssa's tees.
Right.
Leslie made my shirt. She getting her tits done, so I'm waiting to get my picture. She gonna flash me. Bing.
Oh, so nasty.
But don't do me. I'm waiting. See that painting over there? That's what keep making me think about it. But you know, we got a whole bunch of, you know, Bob's going on. Right. Bob's in the building.
Right.
Like, that's all I'm saying. You two can be in the building, come through. But in order for us to get our community together, we got to come out and do community things. We got to have more festive events for people to have the drive to come out and actually speak. I don't hold a grudge against anybody I didn't get along with in high school. I'm way too fucking old for that. Let that shit go.
I let that shit go the day after.
They don't. People don't. You still holding on to why you mad from yesterday. So you woke up today, be happy and blessed, and move on.
So why do you think they're holding on to their grudges? Is it because they're not holding anything of value right now in their life, and the grudge is the only thing that holds on? Because a grudge could be a deep situation. You know what I mean? And if you're holding Nerds in your hand,
right?
So you can't hold a grudge,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to feed the public, so you really can't hold a grudge.
Hold grudges probably don't have anything to lose. That's what it is. Like, you just running around here rampant. You don't have anything to lose. And if you valued anything, as you said, you would not hold on to something that made you angry before. You got the value every day. This a new time for you. It's a new try. It's a new obstacle. It's a new everything. Like, you gotta look at it like, hey, listen, I'm here. God gave me another chance.
Right.
So here I am. I'm gonna try it again. I'm not mad at anything that happened yesterday. I had to tell a lady this morning at the store. She was so angry with the seniors that was in front of me, that the man was saying, it kept telling him to remove his card before it said accepted.
Right.
So he would remove the card and it would stop the payment.
Absolutely.
So, well, it's not saying that over here, is what she kept saying. And this man had to be about 30 years older than myself. So he's in his 70s at this point. And she was like, because I don't even got time for them today. I said, sweetheart, do you know if Lord willing, we're going to be that age one day? You want people to have time with you, right?
Definitely want that.
Oh, well, I said, you having a bad morning?
Right.
I said, but listen, you got the whole rest of the day to make up for that.
Yes, you do.
And just to give her a little pep talk, I said, you should go take a break. I don't know if you smoke cigarettes or what, but take a little 15 to yourself. Tell them you be right back. Go think about it. Some people didn't make it to the day. They wasn't on that list. Why are you taking it out on this man? And the man is really like, I'm trying.
Right.
So I'm like, sir, you know, just take your time. I'm not in a rush.
Right.
Even though I was in a rush.
Right.
But whatever my path had for me this morning, I was going to make it there anyway. Right. That's it. I'm like, why am I in her line? Like, it was like I wanted to bang her into the register. Because first and foremost, she was older than me.
You know what I was going to say?
What?
Why didn't you?
I'm there because, for real, you're older than me, and I'm trying to tell you why you should have patience with them. Because you want me to have patience with you when it's your time. No. It
continues to just drive me crazy when I see businesses or people that own businesses or even employees, right? When they have that bad attitude, they can't do business, nothing continues to work. They get mad at the public. They get to saying Chester doesn't support Chester. If you want to know what Chester truly does, Chester gives you the heart and the spirit to go outside of your circle. You know what I mean? And if you can't go outside of your circle and get new people to come into your business and see what Chester has, then you're not supposed to be in business. I understand that. I get that. For so long, I was like, man, Chester don't care. And then it was like, yo, like Chester, it prepared me to go out there and talk to new people and meet new people and all that other stuff. So it gave me heart, right?
The people you expect to support you never will, because you expect them to be a you. They're not a you.
No.
You have to open up your mind to say, it's more to life than just this.
These 4.4 miles, right?
When you have an event, first of all, you have to be a supportive person in order to receive support.
Right.
If you're not a supportive person, you can't expect. I mean,
everybody
I'm sorry, Jesus
you.
might not even walk up in there.
No.
That's all I'm saying. He might look at you like, you ain't really paid your tithes. You ain't really came through for me.
Right.
So we're gonna see what you can do, because you keep thinking you can do it without me. So when you're not supporting people, when you're not making sure that your brother eats, when you're not making sure that your sister is clothed, when you're not making sure because you did this from the muscle, ain't that they always put that out, right? When you're not doing things like that, you can't expect for them to do those things for you when you don't do that for them.
At all.
You should be the first one dressed. The first one dressed, the first one there. The last one to leave. Help her carry them bags in. Help her hang that paint in. Help her stroke that brush. Do whatever it is it takes to help her business or his business succeed, and they will come and do the same for you.
Let's go.
Whether they even speak your name in the room that you've never been in. That's helping you too. But since you do it from the muscle, you don't really need nobody. I mean, you can't expect for everybody. You don't have that's not a solution for you.
It's not.
It's not it.
It's not.
So I don't know.
Today, 12 o'clock. Right now it's 12 o'clock, man.
It's 12 o'clock.
I know the orders are coming through.
Kenny!
I know you gotta get to work.
Tell Kenny come on.
Nah, we done. We done.
Oh, we finished?
We out of here, man.
All right, Joe, 'cause them-
CMPRadio.net. You already know it's your boy Uncle P, man. And listen, the food is banging, man. Listen.
You ain't even eat your food.
I'm about to eat it right now. I'm gonna eat and
stale.
talk
You
at
gotta
the
put it
same
in the
time.
microwave.
It's still hot.
It's stale.
Kenny brought this thing out smoking.
And his food stale.
Gonna call my
It's been
food
sitting
stale.
there. You can tell when a person done been incarcerated, they start coming out with they don't mind. They eat their food all cold. This is too much.
Listen, today, come down here. You can eat inside. You can have a conversation with Nav. Yeah, you gotta get on this side if you want people to see you.
I ain't never been on this part of the camera.
Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Dev. Shout out to Leslie for making sure her shirt gets done. Yo, there are so many businesses in the city of Chester. We can do anything that we want. We can create what we want. We can sell what we want. We can support who we want. But we have to support each other. We have to believe in each other. I want everybody to understand how important it is to truly put everybody else before you put yourself. You're helping people to understand their worth and their life. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Knob. Shout out to Devin. Shout out to H. Shout out to Slow. Shout out to L. So many people are over town creating new things that have never been created before. And if they have been created before, we didn't know anything about it. It's CMPRadio.net. It's Uncle P. It's Kenny. It's Nafati. We'll catch y'all on Monday, man. Shout out to Leslie. Lysis. I don't know how to say that. I don't custom creations on IG. I just want you to continue to create things that help and change people's lives. I told y'all before, I ain't really worried about no competition, because whatever we build should help the community. If it's not helping the community, it won't stay here. The CMPRadio.net. It's your boy Uncle P, man. I want y'all to have a great day. I want y'all to be spectacular today. Give blessings wherever you can. Give credit to the people who inspire you and motivate you and help you to do better. And then everything else will work itself out. Nerds Family Kitchen. You already know. Peace.